Hello and welcome to Art, Creativity, and Well-Being. This is the show where we are always working to help you bring the same kind of care for yourself as you are accustomed to giving to others and seeing what happens from this place. And it's really interesting when we start to live this way, magical things happen. I'm Kay Lock Cope. I am a coach, I'm a creator, and I am a thru hiker who used to need a wheelchair. Speaking of magical things happening when we bring the same kind of care to ourselves as we're accustomed to bringing to others. And I'm coming to you with a quickie today. It is the last few days of 2025. And for the last month of or so, I think for the last probably five or 6 weeks, I've been bringing you some quickie self-care practices. And it's been so interesting to see, even to employ them for myself, because I will listen back and I'll be like, oh yeah, that is a good one. That's a good thing to do. With so much going on and, um, kind of in a place of one year ending, another year beginning. It can be moving in ways that are perhaps even sometimes a little uncomfortable. And to have some self-care practices that we can ground ourselves in feels amazing. And it's funny because I'm actually gonna, on the fly here, shift the self-care practice that I was thinking about, and I'm gonna make the one that I came in with the intention of sharing be an invitation that I have for you. Um, Outside of these because I think there's something really wonderful about kind of sticking with this wonderful quickie self-care practice. So, okay. So we're going to week 6 of breathing space one day at a time, which is a course that I created. It's hosted in the Dreamers and Doers uh, community that I also created. And the one that I happened to randomly open up to or pull up was day 37. Day 37 is this: doodle, sketch, or scribble for 5 minutes without a plan. And boy, does that feel, that feels absolutely just right. It feels like a way to play. I don't know about you, but I've been hearing, well, I remember this for myself when I was becoming an artist. I've really only given myself permission to be an artist, to consider myself an artist for about 3 years. And maybe three and a half, but not as long as I think I would have wished. But it is what it is, and I'm okay with that. I'm having a lot of fun making art now, and you know, so many people, I include myself in this for a long, long time, feel like it's not even worth starting if you don't have a plan or you're not educated to do it, or there's some other way of feeling like we're not adequate to the task, or to the, even not adequate to like allowing what might happen to happen. You know what I mean? And actually, an example that I have of this is I felt inspired to just go to my color wheel. As an artist, one of my favorite things to use is a color wheel, because sometimes I don't know every color combination that I think I'm going to enjoy. And the color wheel sometimes will give me just wild, wild, wild ones. So I'm going to show you two paintings that I've recently made, with what is a sort of greenish, purplish, orangey color scheme that I did with pastels. So this is what the paper looks like. And this is one of the paintings that I made. It is, for those of you listening, not watching, it is a lighthouse. It's one of my favorite, most sort of dearest lighthouses that I saw in Spain. It's right on the headland near this wonderful place where I stayed when I was on retreat there last autumn. It is the Lachey Lighthouse, Lachey being the town. And I had no idea what was going to happen when I chose these colors. I just knew that I wanted wild colors that sort of like made not a lot of sense intellectually. I heard a lot of judgment as I started sort of putting putting pastel on the paper. Um, and then the other one that I made is the same lighthouse, just from a different viewpoint. And it's not even, so first of all, this is a mini. The other one was a 5 by 7 inch. This is a mini on this same sort of neon bright orange paper. And this one is just, it's almost like a whisper of a lighthouse, and it's viewed from way below, which is where I took the picture of it. And I've brought a bunch of turquoise into this, not as many purples, and it's just a little bit of a swishier is the word that's coming to mind. But these same just fascinating colors, and to me, the colors felt like like the experiment. Um, I did decide to draw, uh, doodle, and sketch, except I did it with pastels and I did it with the colors. Um, it certainly was more than 5 minutes without really having an understanding of what would get created. If I'm being honest, that's how I start everything. I just generally, maybe I have an idea of something I'd like to, I knew I wanted to make a picture of a lighthouse, put it that way. And for me, the colors were what was the discovery and what was the not knowing. So that's one way to utilize this particular invitation to draw, sketch, or doodle for 5 minutes without a plan and just see what happens. Um, yeah, I think that's really it. Like that's the practice. And I'm glad you're here with me. I hope that it's a useful one for you in terms of being open to the coming year and what what might be created. And with that in mind, I'm there's something that I have been creating that I've been really wanting to invite you to play with. So I learned maybe a week ago, within the last week, I've learned of a practice that has to do with like the way that the solar and the lunar calendars line up. Means that there are apparently 12 days that are sort of like not that those days exist to reconcile a lunar calendar and a solar calendar. And I just kind of took that idea. I really love the idea of days out of time, of days that created the future. So what the in the lore, what these days, these 12 days are used to do is each corresponds to 1 month of the coming year. So, for example, um, well, I'll use what I basically did with that idea to take 12 days and make each of them be 1 month, representative of 1 month of the coming year. I decided to use January 1st to January 12th, and my sense is that this is the first year of like many years of this, and I'm so excited about that to just see what gets created. Um, so January 1st is the month of January 2026. January 2nd is the month of February 2026. All the way on out. So January 11th is November of 2026, and finally January 12th is December of 2026. And I made, for those of you watching, I'll show you, but I'm also putting this, I'm going to drop this as a PDF into this post because I would really love to invite you to play. I'm going to play this game. In fact, this is also, it's funny because this recording is also the recording that will be used for the December Mindset Games Dreamers and Doers. So hello, my Dreamers and Doers friends, if you're watching. Um, because this just feels like the right mindset game for right now. So today we have a quickie self-care practice and then a mindset game to create an awesome 2026. What I did was I made this, it's called The Days of Creation 2026. Uh, proactive, well, proactive building. So what the title is proactively build your coming year over 12 days in January. And then for each day, it's like a little booklet, right? So for each day, each day, January 1st through January 12th, there is an opportunity to reflect on, did any dreams come up for you that you'd like to jot down? Um, were you able to spend some time outside? And if so, like what came up? What did you hear? What did you see? What did you notice? Um, and as you go through the day, to bring your attention to feelings and impressions that are particularly for January, what I wrote was comforting, cozy, delightful, joyful to your mind and to your senses. And then jot down anything you'd like to about these feelings and impressions on this page. And then those pages exist from the 1st of January through the 12th of January. And then each month, I also have a place for us to go back and see what actually did happen. So for example, in January, at the end of January, what I have is a page that says this was January 2026. I invite a return to this page as January unfolds. What's true that you wrote about it? How did it unfold in the end? How did what you observed on the 1st of January inform and create this month for you? And then we do that all the way through the year. And so I will be updating on my show. And I may even do, we'll see, who knows if people are interested in it, I would be very happy to host just a Zoom call, like a virtual check-in every month to see how this month went for you. And let me know if that's something you'd be interested in, because I'm happy to host it. I intend this resource as a free of charge resource, just giving it out to whoever wants to do it. And those Zoom calls would be the same. And if you decided that you wanted to do it, let me know. And in any case, we have like this really fun, wonderful year. Best wishes for a wonderful year. Um, Come build a really beautiful and proactively built 2026 along with me. The PDF is in the show notes so that you can just click on it, download it. If you sign up, if you are signed up for my newsletter, what'll happen is as I'm sharing about as the year unfolds, and as probably as these couple weeks of creating unfold, I'll be sharing about what this experience is like. I've never done this before, but boy, it feels like fun. And as the year unfolds, I'll be sharing about what happened in January and how that is influencing what's happening month to month as we go throughout 2026. So hopefully this seems like something that you'll enjoy. Um, in any case, oh, and so if you are already subscribed, you'll get those updates right into your inbox. And if you would like to subscribe, go to klockculp.substack.com, and you'll be able to view all the past ones and then sign up if you want to get the current ones right into your inbox. Whew, what a wild year. I hope that, you know, as you're looking back at 2025, that there were some good things in there, good events, some feelings of agency and empowerment, and some exploration time on your own, some, I guess, me time is maybe what I would call that, and then some quality time with loved ones as well. And I'm wishing all that for you for 2026, whatever your version of that is. Um, I hope 2026 is full of all the things that you would love. I'm really grateful to you for kind of being with me during this very transformational year. There were months where maybe one, maybe no podcast episodes came out, and thank you so much for sticking with me, through this transformation. I'm really excited. I have several guests that I'm interviewing and that I just cannot wait to bring you. And just to continue to see what gets created week to week in 2026. I hope it's an awesome year for you, for me, for all of our loved ones, for the world. And I only get to say this once a year. I'll see you next year. Whew, have a great remaining 2025, and we'll see you in 2026. Bye.